Before the first tale was told, there was order. Before the names, the sounds, the gods, there was pattern. Our ancestors lived by stories, told in winter's dark, sung by hearth and hall. Their tales honored the gods, preserved the old ways, and kept the folk from drifting into forgetfulness. But the stories were not where it began, because before the tales, there was order. Before story, there was structure. And before fable, there was the pattern. The myths we love weren't crafted for meaning, but they came from meaning. They were divinely taught, not imagined or revealed. They were carved from the structure of being, the same way rivers follow the shape of the land. From Gunungagap, the center of all that exists, came not symbol, but substance, not metaphor, but law. The wells rose, the tree grew, and the gods began to act within a framework, the framework of creation. When Woden found Oscar and Embla lifeless, he and his brothers, it wasn't just that they lacked breath, they lacked alignment. They were not fated yet. They hadn't been measured. So the gods gave their gifts. Woden gave Und, the breath of spirit, the animating wind of life. Hunor gave Uther, mind, memory, will, and inspired awareness. Lother gave La, Lati, and Litrogotha, bearing warmth and divine hue. These weren't symbolic tokens. They were the structured essence of the soul, each drawn from the primal wells, each anchored in ørlåg, the primordial law of becoming. This is what we must remember. The soul is not an abstraction, but architecture. The lore isn't invention, but reflections. The world was not interpreted, but measured and bestowed. The wells don't represent fate, but they dispense it. The tree isn't symbolic, but it holds the cosmos. The first thing wasn't imagined, it happened. So now when we speak of returning to the old ways, we are not reviving nostalgia. We are realigning ourselves with the structure that still holds this world together. That pattern hasn't died. It hasn't faded. It hasn't gone away. We have simply forgotten how to see it. But that breath is still moving. Uther is still stirring. The hue still shines within the soul of our folk. So we have to remember, we are not building belief, but we are recovering a pattern and learning as a folk how to believe again. It's not just names, it's not just stories, it's not just the gods themselves, but it is much deeper, much greater. It is the pattern. And the folk will know the moment when the change comes. The feeling of being whole, the feeling of being home, the feeling of being alive again.